The Chinese fans are yearning for David Beckham to play in China, but I very much doubt the dream would come true. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. That's another two-way for BBC Sport in Salford. I've always wondered what happens at the other end. Let's go to catch the next train up north. 3 hours later, 200 miles door to door. Here we are. This is the BBC Sport in Salford. Until very recently, this is a rundown area. Now this is a high-tech multimedia building. Let's go inside to find out more. All of BBC Sports news has been brought together on one floor, operating 24 hours a day.
Well, the World Service Sport team were one of the first teams to move in here in October 2011. They were joined by colleagues from television who were doing the Sport for World TV News in March 2012. And these guys work very closely together, as well as linking up with the guys in online and people working across domestic sport as well. Within a very quick circular motion, you can get round everybody in a couple of minutes. You're not walking up several flights of stairs as we were at Television Centre, or finding people who are in different areas of the building. It allows for a much closer working relationship with everybody who works at BBC Sports News.
Every morning at 10 a.m., the global sports team gather to plan the day ahead.
Ed, you find catching up with Daniel?
I'll give Daniel a call.
Given that Summit's not...
Hi Daniel, it's Ed. Have you seen this Danilo story? The 1-year jail sentence for abusing an opponent?
Yeah?
Yeah, we'd like to do something on that.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we'll speak later. I'll let you do a bit of digging, but that's brilliant, mate.
What did Danilo have to say about the original incident? Remind us of that.
Well, Danilo, right after the game, he went to the police station and he voluntarily, with his lawyer, confirmed the abuse. And back then he said that it was actually a normal thing that this happens during the game.
During my visit here, I bumped into David Stead, the global sports editor for languages, who is based at the new broadcasting house. What does that mean in practical terms?
Hello there, you're watching Sport Today with me, Reshmin Chowdhury. Coming up on the programme.
Salford produces regular sport bulletins for BBC World News, but with the development of Language Services TV output, there are now new opportunities for collaboration.
With more language producers and journalists around the world getting more training, more kits, more TV experience opportunities. That's the sort of thing we want people to focus on, going out there and filming the big sports stories, the big interviews, the people we want to talk to, and that's obviously stuff that can then be fed back to us. You know, it's all about people cooperating together, and the more people are going out and doing stuff, the more of a show their work will get, certainly with us as well. And through better communication, cooperation with each other, it should help us avoiding issues such as a language service having an interview with a great guest that we know nothing about. It's all about cooperation and working together. Nothing's going to slip through the cracks.
BBC Africa is one service which has already been collaborating closely with the sports team in Salford. For example, during the Africa Cup of Nations in South Africa. Several language service journalists contribute regularly to online sports coverage, and the African sports team runs the African football website. But there is a desire for even closer cooperation.
It's a real two-way street for us. We know that lots of people in language services and staff around the BBC are using us as like their sports news agency. That's brilliant. They're taking our content and translating it, but we want it to come the other way as well. You know, you will have great stories out there, be it in Delhi or wherever these offices are all around the world. Then come on, tell us about your journalism, because as much as the interest is around the globe in the English-based stories about the Premier League, there's also a lot of interest here and internationally for the stories that we can pick up.
So if I have an idea that I think sport would be interested in, what should I do next?
I think probably the first port of call is to think about where's the best place for the story, whether it works better as a feature within our weekend sports programming, which is obviously very busy with match commentary and everything else. Does it work as maybe a 6-minute feature in world football? Or is it something we might want to put in our Sport Todays, which are half-hour programmes which go out every day between Monday and Friday? And once you think about where the first part is, maybe speak to either myself or the assistant editor or our planning editor about how we're going to get it here, who we need to work with, and who should be speaking to each other.
So that's a quick guide to BBC Sport in Salford. I hope it has given you a better understanding about how it works. Let's work together to make the best possible sports news for our audience. As for me, who knows that one day I might be the first Chinese sports presenter on BBC World News.